Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a super fun night here on the Stella Dot site. Let me click a couple buttons here so that our important guest can join us. Oh, she's not there yet, but she's going to be joining any minute. All right, I am super excited tonight to get to introduce you to a really cool guest that if you're a stylist, you know who she is. But if you're a guest and you're here to find out about Stella Dot, you probably don't, and you're in for a big treat. So I am just checking that we've got her here. Oh, wow, she's on it. Like a tech guru, so she better be working. Hello.
I can't hear you, though. Let's see. Why can I not hear you? Okay, hold on.
I can hear you, and I can see you, and there's no echo.
I'm echoing even with the headsets. That's great.
No, you're not. You're not.
Oh, okay, good.
You're good. All right, good. Can you hear me?
It slouched a little bit. You're very quiet.
Very quiet. Okay. Well, I'll try to speak louder. No one has ever accused me of being quiet, so something's clearly wrong.
Okay.
Are you good?
I'll have to listen to what you're saying very carefully.
Okay, I will speak as loudly as I can. No one has ever said I was too quiet, so I'm sort of excited about it. All right, you guys, well, welcome. As you are logging in, we've got the incredible Meera Bhatia here with us this week, and she is our COO, our Chief Operating Officer. She knows a thing or two about tech, too. So you're going to get to hear from her in just a minute. I want to remind you of a few things that are happening here tonight. Number one, we're here to talk about Stella Dot and what it's like being a stylist at Stella Dot for any of you that might be interested. I want to just remind you of a few of the fun game rules. Number one, if you, in one comment below, tag two friends and post the hashtag SDJoy, so hashtag SDJoy, and tag two friends in that same post, you are going to be entered tonight to win a $250 shopping spree. So you might choose this, which is one of my faves. You might choose an arm party. You might choose one of our tops. You might choose an ear party. You could choose whatever you want, okay? Sure, you might choose a getaway bag. You could do a getaway bag and a statement piece. You could be rocking it. So tag two friends below. I'm going to say that right up front so that more people are joining us. And SD Joy, like Michelle Jordanov just did. Way to go. You did exactly the right thing. Okay. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about Stella Dot as we go through this. And Meera is going to reveal the layers of what it's like to work at Stella Dot and why she loves Stella Dot. Before we do that, I want to just let you know who I am and tell you a little bit about the opportunity we have right now. My name is Danielle Redner. I'm the Chief Inspiration Officer at Stella Dot. CIO around here does not stand for information, thank goodness. That's Meera. In my world, it stands for inspiration. So I have the awesome job every week, every day, every hour of working with our incredible stylists in the field and helping them meet their goals with my team. And so I love what I do, but she looks after information and tech. That's why we're going to talk to her in a second. Now's a great time. We actually just made a big announcement today, and Meera maybe will elaborate on this a little bit too and some of the things she's excited about at Stella Dot. But we had just announced today a year-long partnership with Dress for Success. I could not be more excited about this. If you know anything about Dress for Success, it is an organization whose mission is very near and dear to the mission of Stella Dot. We're both about empowering women. We are all about, hey, Kathy from Ontario, I like that. We are both about helping women go out and do better. And when you empower a woman, then you empower her family. And when you empower her family, you empower her community. And when you empower communities, you change the world, and that's what we're both about. So starting today, when our new stylist joins Stella Dot, for every new stylist that joins, $50 of product is donated to Dress for Success. That means a woman who goes to Dress for Success for wardrobing and counseling and business building skills will also be getting some Stella Dot jewelry more and more, so you can feel really good when you empowered your own life. You empowered somebody else too. So that's going to last for the next year. We are very excited about this partnership. But that's just one of the reasons why you might want to think about Stella Dot. So we're going to hear more from Meera. And then we'll regroup with a few of the reasons at the end of this. If you're like, I still need more, but I doubt you will. So Meera Bhatia is kind of this like ingenue, amazing, super smart, but yet also really personable. She's kind of all of it. woman that I'm really honored to get to work with all the time. Also, I'm from Ontario. She's from Michigan. I feel like we're basically
neighbors.
Sisters. Yeah. She is our Chief Operating Officer. So, Meera, without further ado, tell us a little bit about you and how you ended up at Stella Dot.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I hope you like my latest accessory, which is my headphones here. So I hope you can hear me. Let's see. I am so excited to be here on this call. So as Danielle said, I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Stella Dot. I have been at Stella Dot for almost 5 years now. I'm going to have my 5-year anniversary in about a month, which is hard to believe. I have sort of a history of working, well, I guess a little bit more about me. I was an engineering undergrad. I have an MBA, and then sort of post-MBA, I went into working at a lot of technology companies. So I kind of worked more on the business side to try to figure out, what we should be building from a tech perspective. I worked at Microsoft. I worked at Hotels.com, which is part of Expedia, and then I was most recently, just before Stella Dot, at LinkedIn. So a lot of big tech companies. So basically the first question I always get is then, why did you go from LinkedIn to Stella Dot? And I can tell you in a few short words, it was really because of all of you, basically the stylists, right? So I was so inspired by our mission around creating flexible work opportunity for people and the opportunity to really have an impact on that through the tools we're building. And I can say that it's so rewarding. If I think about the other big companies I've been at, right, like you put all this effort into building something and you put it out there and you're like, oh, I hope it made a difference somewhere. But here, our team releases something, and when we get to see how it's making your life easier or enabling your business or just helping in any little way, it's incredibly rewarding. So that's why, ultimately why I came here is because of the stylists that are a huge part of this business. And it's why I stay, and it's why I love what I do every single day.
Okay, that's the world's best answer. World's best answer, because it's true. That is the question everyone always asks about you is, like, tech titan, why does she come to Stella Dot, a fashion brand? And I love that the answer is our stylist. So what specifically about the stylists and what we do inspires you?
Well, I think it's really just about, I believe in kind of the evolution. First of all, the female power is amazing, right? Female-led company. Again, you can actually point to like my history working in technology. I can tell you I'm not used to being one of many women in the room. And so that has been fun, and just the opportunity to work with women. It's just, it's such a supportive community, and very different in that sense from anything else I've ever done. But then on top of that, I just think that this mission around flexible work and being able to control your own life and style your own life, whatever the saying is, I feel like it's the future of the world, to be able to just control and do what you love on the schedule that you want to do it. And when I see the impact that we can have on people and their ability to help get their kids into the after school programs they want to be in, or send them to college, or the mission impact is real, and that's what I get excited about. And on top of that, obviously, then we have things like Dress for Success, so aligned, as you mentioned, Danielle, with our mission and what we're trying to do every single day. And again, it's just like every piece of effort and work and everything we build is to know that it's now going towards helping women through the Dress for Success program. It's just, that's what's rewarding.
So and on that, you mentioned about flexible entrepreneurship. So obviously we are a fashion company, but we're also a tech company, and we're sort of that. To anybody that's watching, I think that's one of the things that has really put Stella Dot on the map and has been so beloved by people. That it's sort of that marriage of high tech and high touch.
Yeah.
So wow, you love the high touch too, because look at you in those earrings. And also, I think I have the same sweater. What if I had worn it?
Wait, this sweater?
I think I have the same one. We could have literally been twinning. I know. I could go run and put it on right now.
Yeah, I don't believe you. You're gonna have to send me a picture.
It's like right there. But you come in really on that high tech side. So can you explain to us some of the things that you've been able to implement with your amazing teams that make our stylist life easier?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is that many people, and we have stylists who've been in the business for a while, and they've kind of seen the evolution of our technology. And I'll be the first to say that, it's always been a premise for how we, like a fundamental pillar for this business, high tech, high touch. Yes, we're a fashion business, but we've always, from the get-go wanted to do things differently and digitally and support that. And since I've been here, we've done, I think, hopefully some good things, including one, revamping our entire technology platform from like ground up, built it ourselves, custom for our business, which I think is really special. And it's special for a few reasons. One is like when you can design something that is really like from day one designed and contemplated with how stylists want to operate their business. I think that that means it works, really well for the functions that you need it to get to work on. So, and then on top of that, I think it also means that like it's fast and it's reliable. And while we don't, I won't say we never have any problems. I think we have fewer and fewer problems from the investment that we've made, to the point that now it's very rare. So I think that, being available wherever you want to be is a big part of that. And that really means being available on mobile. So like so many people are running their businesses from their phones today, and we've focused on making that a really great experience. And we've done that through a couple different apps that we have. We have our Dottie app, and then we have our Mimi app. But we've also just focused on making the overall lounge experience, the back office when you log in to manage your business, really easy to use from wherever you might be at the moment that you need to do it.
Do you want to share with us a few of, by the way, I just want to give reminders. I saw a few of you asking. If you tag 2 friends in this and comment SD Joy in the same comment, you are being entered in a drawing for a $250 shopping spree. So that's my commercial for that. Okay, can you share with us, you mentioned mobile and on the go, because most of our stylists, if you're watching this, have other full-time jobs, right? Over 80% work other full-time jobs or have kids and like lives are busy. So what percentage of people do you know are logging in on the go versus like from a traditional like desk laptop?
Like 70% of kind of our traffic, if you think about it, comes from a mobile device, right? So that's huge. That means like most people are doing that, and that is on, and that applies to even like our customer website where customers can shop from us, but also our back office tools. 70% of our traffic is coming from a phone. So I would say you kind of have to be thinking about that in this day and age because it's where most people are operating. And I love the idea, I love the idea of thinking about like, when we conceived of like Mimi, we thought about it as something that we're like, you'd be sitting in your car at your kid's pickup waiting for your kid, and you want to have like a few stolen moments to get something done. And this app is about making that super easy to just use it in those few moments that you might have.
Okay, so explain to us exactly how Mimi works for both the existing stylist who might be watching and someone who's like, okay, well, convince me that this is easy.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Mimi is awesome. First of all, I'm going to say that. So
why is it called Mimi?
Okay. Why is it called Mimi? So it's funny because we originally nicknamed it Mimi as an internal name because it stood for Make It My Image, which was some of the first stuff that we launched in Mimi when we first brought it out. But then we just really liked the name, so it stuck. So so Mimi is a big part of our business now. So like I said, it started with basically, especially as people are trying to run their businesses sort of on the go and online, Mimi started with a place to collect all of the assets that you'll ever need to be sharing. So that includes, and when I say online, I mean, even like if you're hosting an in-person trunk show, there's still a lot of pre-activity and post-activity that happens digitally and online. And so Mimi was just really about collecting all of those assets that you might need to share with guests or your hostesses and putting them in one place that was super easy to access. And then put a little bit of customization on it through like stickers or animation to make it fun in your own. And that's what we started with Mimi. Then we added in like my personal favorite, which is the ability to take a selfie. And then when you take that picture, you can like tag the product that you're wearing, share it directly out of Mimi, share your look of the day with your friends, anybody online, and then have a quick link that helps you check out and buy the product that you're featuring. Or it could be any product, really. It doesn't have to be what you're wearing, but I love this. I love the selfie feature personally. So that's a bit a fun part of Mimi, but really ultimately Mimi is like your digital assistant, right? So while we have all those assets and images in it, what Mimi is designed to be is, and it's getting better and better. Hopefully the stylists who are on this Facebook Live know this too, and consensus, it's getting better and better at being kind of your coach. So now we have this like easy prompting to say, here's who you should go follow up with. You might get an alert when somebody placed an order, or it's time to reach back out to that hostess. And so we'll give you like a small set of tasks to do every day, so you don't have to think about it, right? Like you just know. It's like, I've got a few minutes. Like, here are the 3 things I'm gonna like check off my task list for today.
I love that, because just like most of our stylists work other full-time jobs, most of our stylists have never done anything like this before. So
I've never done anything like this before, but this is like, it makes it so easy.
You don't have, that's why you're the perfect person to develop it. You don't have to know what to do, because Mimi will actually like prompt you and tell you what to do. You just do what Mimi says. She's a great coach.
It gives me, I can tell you, and when I say I had never previously done something like this, and obviously now like I host a trunk show, and I find, Mimi just serves it up to me. Here's my first step to a successful trunk show, and it'll tell me 2 days later, here's the next thing I need to do to have a successful trunk show. And after the show, like, here are the last things that you do. So it gives you a lot of confidence to just know the things you need to know to be successful.
When you need to know. And you work another job, Meera. Do you sometimes hide under your desk and like do the reminder that Mimi's telling you for your upcoming style session?
I'm like, sometimes like, you're like, I must get through my task list.
Oh, I totally must get through my task list. I love the task list.
But then you see the order come in as a result, and your commissions go up. You're like, well, that's awesome. So
yes, you're like,
it was worth it.
Robin just commented that you're in her mom head because she's busy as a mom, and so it's so easy because she gets the prompts. And someone else was saying they like the birthday reminders. So little things like that it just pushes to you, so you know who to follow up with. We're very much about dollars per hour here. So how much do you think that impacts the stylist dollars per hour?
Oh, it's been huge. I mean, God, you're going to make me do math on the spot, but like, I would say, I mean, we've looked at the data around Mimi, and what we see is the people who use it on average get, like 30% higher shows than the people who don't use it. So, and that applies to both online or in-person shows. So definite impact on your earnings. And I think like, so not only does it impact your potential earnings on the top side, so like the revenue side, like the sales side of it, but it also is the time saving, right? Which is not having to like go searching for what you need. It's just like, if we're giving you a prompt around a follow up on a birthday, we have the image so that you know exactly what image to send with a birthday offer. So it's also a time saving. So we're kind of hitting both sides of the equation.
Okay, so if you are in any way, by the way, thinking that you can't do this, as Meera just said, it's
literally everybody can take a selfie and tag some product.
If you can take a selfie, you can be a stylist. That's what you're saying, right? Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, if anyone can do math on the spot, I'm pretty confident you can. Talk to me about what the industry is saying about some of our technology, because I know it's been quite disruptive in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I actually just got back last week. I was last week. Yeah. I was speaking at a retail conference. They asked me to speak about the things that we're doing around sort of machine learning and all of this, digital styling tools. And so, it's disruptive in the industry. I think it's making, access to this opportunity for people who never thought that this was like, that they didn't maybe think about direct sales, but now this is really just about like sharing style and sharing things that you love. And it's sort of, so I think a lot of traditional retailers are also saying like, oh, wow, like they're onto something here around like how they're using, people to share style with their whole community.
Right.
And I also see, by the way, there's maybe not me, nobody's copied Mimi specifically yet, at least not that I've seen. But I will say like there's other tools out there that are being built by third parties, and by third parties, I'm meaning like not us, somebody else, that they're trying to like sell on the marketplace for just as a whole business in and of on its own. And I think like Mimi is really compelling because you get it as part of your whole sign up. It's not something extra you have to go spend money on.
So actually, let's talk about that for a second. And also, one more reminder, if you're watching, tag 2 friends and ST Joy in the same comment. You're going to get entered in a drawing for a $250 shopping spree. Meera loves my commercial every now and then, but I gotta remind you. So don't forget to do that. Also, because people are going to want to hear about this. So speaking of the startup, so you've got two options right now as a stylist. I'm coming back to you, by the way. So don't like relax too hard.
Yeah, okay.
You've got two options when you join us as a stylist right now, which makes your life super easy. You can either join and get $500 in product that you choose for $99, or you can go with like the easy button, which is $1,000 in product that we choose, our best sellers, for $199. You're going to make that back in your first style session. In fact, you'll make it back very quickly. We've got tons of support here for you. We actually have someone whose sole job is to help our new stylists get off to a strong start, as well as your sponsor, mentor, new best friend, whatever you want to call her, the person that helps you get started. So there's a whole network of people that will help you get off to a strong start, again, if you've never done anything like this before. But you get a lot of stuff in addition to that free product with that sign up. So Meera, what else do you get? Explain all that whole thing to us.
Well, you get your own version of a personal website. So you get your own version of a website. And so that basically means you can take online orders, and a lot of the things that I've been saying that you would share off of Mimi, like they take a customer back to your personal website. So you basically like are setting up shop with your own online store right there. You get access to the back office that I talked about. It's called the lounge. So that's where you can place customer orders yourself if you'd like to, place your own orders, track all your customer information. Most importantly, you can see how much you're earning. It gets updated every 15 minutes to see how accurately to see what you're earning from week to week. So that's pretty exciting too. And then you get your access to the two apps that I mentioned. So Mimi, who's our digital assistant, and then Dottie, who we haven't talked about as much, but she's basically the tool that you can use for in-person selling when you're in front of your customer. And it's an ordering tool as well.
Like you don't need a calculator.
No. You don't need a calculator. You don't need paper order forms. You can just do it all right there. You're getting a theme here. You can do it all from your phone.
Yeah. So when you leave a style session or you leave meeting with that person, like that you're talking to at Starbucks or whatever, it's already done. You don't have to go home and like do all that entry. So I love the efficiency of that. Okay. Last question for you before I throw in a few more things about Stella Dot. What is next for you at Stella Dot in this whole world that we live in? What exciting can you share with us about what's coming up?
Well, I'm super excited about how far we've come already with Mimi, but this continues to be just something you're going to see getting better and better and better. So that means getting smarter about when to follow up, smarter with what we're helping you go do, what's the next most valuable task. And as you kind of maybe get more senior in the business, kind of getting smarter about like how we help you coach, et cetera. So being there's just tons to come on Mimi still. The other thing I'll say is that we're constantly evolving and testing new things on our website to see what's going to drive the most revenue for you and the most sales opportunity. So that's a big focus for us. And we have some really fun things coming. I'm going to sneak this part, I guess. Maybe you're not going to, so we're relooking at the actual sign up flow and making that like super, super simple. So I don't know if that's like the thing that's going to get you the most excited when you just hear about it, but let me tell you, when you see it, you're going to be like, it's going to make it so like 2 steps for people to join the business, which will be really exciting, I think, as well.
It's all those like little things that just zero friction, only joy, no SD friction, only SD joy, just, fun, easy. All right. So there are a couple things you might be wondering as you hear all this from someone like Meera and our amazing home office team that's here to help you, and our amazing stylist force that's here to help you. Any of us can answer these questions for you, but I find the 3 things people always want to know are like, number 1, how much money can I earn? Meera, do you have an answer to that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say that one more time.
How much can I earn?
I mean,
you're like, as much as you want.
It's as you get what you put in, right?
You do get what you put in. So everybody starts earning the same, 25%, and you can earn up to 38% on everything that you personally sell. Just depends how much you sell in a month. We're all about flexibility. Some month you're going for the gusto and you're selling $10,000, and other months you're like on vacation and you're like selling from the beach with the like woman on the plane beside you or whatever. So it depends how much you sell, how much you earn, but you will begin at 20 to 25%, 20 on apparel, 25 on accessories. It just goes up from there. How do you get started? Well, I talked to you about the investment of the kit. You can choose the $99 or the $199. either you pick or we choose for you. And that comes really quickly along with that kit and access to all of that back of the house stuff that Meera was talking about.
Back of the house stuff. Like,
the fun
come on.
stuff.
Yeah.
I would call the jewelry the fun stuff, but Meera calls the back of the house the fun stuff. And that's why we get along so well. The other thing I think people always really want to know is, can I do it? Because most of our stylists, as I mentioned, have never done this before. You don't really know if it's something that's going to work for you. There's two things I always say. Number one is we've made it so simple that you don't have to have done it before. You've just heard Meera share about that. The other thing is, what have you got to lose? I remember meeting this great stylist. I say it every time, in Chicago. Her name's Jen. And she came to a in-person event where we were talking about this. She was like, I just don't know if that now's the right time. And I remember saying to her, she had this yellow scarf on, and I can't remember her name, so I just called her like Yellow Scarf Girl. And I was like, listen, Yellow Scarf Girl, if now's not the right time, when is good?
When is? Yeah.
Right. She's like, she's got 3 kids, busy life, all that. And she was like, actually, you're right. And now, 4 or 5 years later, she's an amazing leader with our company. So, if it may not ever be the right time, can you think of times in your life, Meera, when it was not the right time, but you did it anyway?
I mean, always. That's sort of been like I think that's one of those things that you can overthink it. You'll talk yourself out of anytime being the right time, but it's always the right time to try something new.
Yeah. Something you don't know about Meera, she was also a competitive rower.
Yeah, that was a long way to bring up my ancient history. I was. I spent a few years trying to make the U.S. rowing team. Didn't make it, but I tried.
Next time you see her, and you'll be like, yeah, that makes sense now. That's why she's sticking one out. All right, well, we are so excited to have had Meera here talking with us. She is a great example of what we're all about at Stella Dot, and helping people take something they're good at and just make it better, and sharing the SD joy. So thank you for joining us. If you have any more questions about Stella Dot, please type them below. We'll do our best to answer. Also, go and talk to the person who told you about this. She's going to be your sponsor. She's going to be your line of first defense. And because we have a great website, you can just go to stelladot.com. You can sign up there. You're going to want to do that today, because we would love to help you get going. We are coming out with a pull-up of our new summer collection in just a few days. So it's a great time to be starting, because you're also starting with new product. Last week you heard from Blythe. She was all about the product. So if you're like, I want to know more about the high touch side, go back on this feed and you can see a little bit more about that side. Now you've got both sides of the picture, the high tech and the high touch, and we would love you to join us and start your own business with both. So thank you, Meera Bhatia.
Thank you. I can't wait to see all the new people joining the business and using all of our tools.
You continue to be one of my favorite people. Thanks for being so smart and for looking good in that one children's sweater. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Bye.